Please exit now.
Exiting now. Hey friends, Dustin here. You're watching the Life of Lynn channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. And a huge shout out to SimpliSafe for sponsoring today's episode. Remember, there's no safe like SimpliSafe. For more on that in a little bit, I gotta go find a piece of plywood. Today, we answer the age-old question. Can you power an entire RV with a piece of plywood? Just one. But Dustin, plywood doesn't have any energy. Oh, but it can. I'm going to show you how to do that today. Just look at it. It's ready. Ready to power things. Let's jump into it. All right, there we go. We got our piece of plywood. It's prepped and ready. We basically just need to drill some holes and plug that in there. Just like that. Okay, not really. I'm going to show you what we're going to be doing here today. And this just seemed like it was going to be the perfect size to mount everything that I want. So we're going to use this piece of plywood here. We're going to make an entire energy system on this. So you can slide that in the back of your truck or mount it to the top of your camper. Whatever, you know, this is a convenient package. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to be doing. You know, probably going to use those at some point in time. But let me go grab the hardware. It's going to make this thing shine. All right, let's get into the nitty gritty of this. What are we doing today? I'm literally mounting an entire solar generator to a piece of plywood here. Like I said, I think this will make a pretty easy platform. You can slide it into the back of your truck, move it anywhere. I'm going to show you the products that I'm going to be using today. Shout out to all three of these companies. Oh, and the company that made this piece of plywood, which I'd have no idea who it is. Those guys. But I just cracked these boxes. I haven't even taken anything out yet. My dog has done a pretty good number. When we get things delivered, he opens packages for me, so good for him. Let's start off with the main guts of the system. This is going to be our powerhouse right here. Right here, we have a SunGold Power Pure SynWave combined inverter charger. Yes, that's right. I believe this is a 2,000 watt single phase. Good enough for a piece of plywood today. It's like the little baby brother to the one that's powering the shop right now. Shout out to the 6,500 watt version. What do we got in here? Still wrapped in plastic. Still ready to go. This one's a little lighter than the one I got in the shop, so this will be cool to bolt on here. Next, we got Dr. Prepare. Got a Life PO4 deep cycle lithium battery with some accessories. So that's cool. I have no idea what this is. This is, let's open this up. Looks like you can just mount this right to the top of your Dr. Prepare lithium battery. And it gives you charge ports and stuff without even having to wire or anything. That's kind of neat. Now, what do we got in here? I think this is clearly going to be the lithium battery. Look at the size of that thing. Oh, yeah. And that little device goes right into this little port here. Really cool. Looks like it needs charged. Not going to lie. It's been in this box for a couple months. Oh. Look at that. We got go handles. 100 amp hour, 12 volts. That is going to be a pretty good battery for the system. Last, definitely not least, BoughRV sent us this 180 watt panel. We'll bolt that right onto that piece of plywood. Run some wires, to a charge controller, which isn't here. I'll go find a charge controller. Don't you worry about that. But yeah, link down in the description for all these guys. Nice little 180 watt panel. Tempered glass, we had pretty good reviews, so had them go ahead and send me one of those. I'm gonna put all this on here with all the wiring we need to make this basically a pretty good sized solar generator. You can just mount that to a trailer or anywhere. Let's see how it goes. Friends, when I'm stepping outside for a minute, whether I'm going on a long trip or just a little walk over to the shop, I trust my house and homestead to SimpliSafe. The team over at SimpliSafe has my back, and they'll have your back too. Especially like the wireless outdoor camera and the brand new wireless indoor security alarm camera. What it does is it's live connected to the staff over at SimpliSafe. So when you're gone, that thing's activated. If it detects anybody in your house, it alerts them immediately. And it also gives the team over at SimpliSafe the great opportunity to actually see the criminals in your house and then talk to them. This is a good thing that actually will help prevent crime in the first place, because they're sitting there going, hey, guy over there with the hat on, get out of this house. And then, of course, all your cameras are going to record all the evidence so that when the police do show up, you got evidence, man. That's a good thing. I initially got interested in the SimpliSafe system just because I live so far out in the middle of nowhere. Just miles and miles of nothing. Corn mostly, actually, this time of year. But because of that, I knew that help was far away, so seconds count, and that is why I chose SimpliSafe. So guys, if you want this amazing security system for less than that $1 a day, and it only takes you 30 minutes to install the whole thing, you don't have to have any weird contractors over in your house drilling holes or anything like that, I know where you guys need to go. And you guys know I love SimpliSafe, so head on over to simplisafe.com/lifeoflind. Guys, there you can get 20% off your SimpliSafe system. Plus, you're going to get your first month free when you sign up for the interactive monitoring plan. And that's how you're going to get that 24/7 Fast Protect technology as well. Do it now. You can go power my RV with a piece of plywood now. Good luck. Ooh, a little warm-a-rooney in the old shop today. Future episode. Still buying parts. Turns out it's really expensive. Anyway, back to this. I found some other things for us. I don't think this is the remote control switch, so you can mount this further away and turn it on and off. Not gonna need that today. Just save that for later. That's fine. I did find a Renogy Rover Elite 40 amp charge controller. So cool, we'll have a charge controller for the solar panel, going into the battery, going into our power inverter. Very, very nice power inverter. All these things here have already been designed for lithium batteries, so this should all be pretty simple, get along real nice. And one really cool thing about this Dr. Prepare battery, it actually has mounting holes in the bottom. So we're going to screw these provided steel plates to it, and you can bolt this down at any angle, unlike the old sealed lead acid batteries where you had to have them upright, otherwise they'd leak. These can be bolted at any angle, so we'll put those plates on there and bolt this guy up on here. Now I almost have enough room for 2 solar panels on this thing. Not quite though, so just gonna go with one for lightweightness today, although doubling the 180 would be pretty beneficial for obvious reasons, but we're just gonna go with that today. Now let's get all this stuff organized on here, some wires run, and bolt together, see what we come up with. All right, so this is what I've come up with. Got our single panel here. Wiring's gonna just drop right down. Put some plugs in on the solar charge controller here so it can be easily disconnected or added to. That's important. Added to. Put a little Y branch right here and lots more panels. So we're not going to hook all that up until everything's bolted to the battery. So that's our next step. So those wires are going to go over here. That one's going to go to positive. That one to negative. And then the same for our power inverter here. Them big bad boys. Those are hefty units right there. So I'm going to twist those and get them to line up here. Okay, so we're going to do that. Then we'll have some glitter when we connect that negative. This has pretty good size capacitors in it. They do make a device. It's a little resistor that you can set on the negative there and let it slowly charge the capacitors. But really, I just find if you grab it and go, "Dah!" right on top of the battery post, it equalizes out in just a second, and you're good to go. Obviously, the battery is going to need a charge. It says so on this little thing there. One bar. That's not enough. So we're going to have to wheel this thing out into the sun, charge everything up, and then test it out. See what we can power with it. Maybe I'll bolt it to something in here. I don't know what. This thing leaks fuel. Maybe this trailer. Maybe the four-wheeler. Maybe the tractor. I don't know. So I'm not going to bolt anything to the wood yet until all my cables are ran, and then I can scoot them to where they're comfortable. Always properly torque your terminals, you know, with a proper torque wrench. Yep, right about there. All right. Hey, that lights up. That means it works. Great news. Okay. Yeah. Glitter's done. Now I can go ahead and hook up to the battery. Now I of course recommend you install all the proper safety features such as breakers, inline fuses, proper grounding bus bars. All of that's very important. So don't do this. That being said, this is for educational purposes and clearly an experiment. Don't do this at home. Or if you do, don't blame me. Okay, got our whole rig moved from the shop here. Pardon the wind, it never stops here, so I limit my outdoor filming. Picked up this thing. Yeah, we'll have a future video on that. It is super cheap, and you know, it's a nice little unit. Okay, got our power cord here. That's hooked up to our 30 amp on the side of the camper. Yeah, I know it's down to a 15, but I got a 15 amp plug, so that's what we're gonna do. Green lights, good. Battery 13.2 volts. There's our 30 amp connection. All right, we're inside our ultra cheap camper. I picked this thing up for like 3,500 bucks. Don't mind the mess. It's getting a remodel. We're gonna ditch the ugly wood, do some painting in here, remove the ugly carpet, put down some nice like hand scraped coffee flooring, and make this a lot more pleasant space. So it's in the remodel process. Gonna be shooting a video on this thing too. So for 3,500 bucks, very solid. Okay, first things first. 12 volt circuits are working. We have AC. Let's see what kind of load we can put on it. Let's just start with the AC fan without the AC on. Oh, right away. Let's go look at our inverter, see what kind of power we're pushing. 60 hertz, 122 volts output. All right, everything seems to be functioning. Do we dare try to turn on the AC in this thing? This rooftop air conditioner probably pulls about 1800 watts, maybe even more than that during startup. Plus we have all the other electrical loads in here, like the battery charger for the camper and everything going. This might just kick it, but let's find out. Yep. We did lose it when I tried to kick on the compressor, but that means it's functioning like it's supposed to. Just pulled too much of a load. Battery's actually put itself in protection mode and has disconnected itself. So we are at the peak of the amperage that this thing will put out. Okay, smaller camper, smaller air conditioner load. Take two. Fire up. Working. Excellent. This battery's at 13.3 volts on this. Fridge is on. Let's try our AC unit in this one. This guy is a nice one. This one only pulls about 350 watts. You can definitely run it on this. There's high fan. Then you got a high cool. That'll kick the compressor on. Yep, I heard the compressor kick on. Cold air is flowing. Let's go look at our inverter. See where we're at. Yeah, battery voltage has dropped to 12.8, so we do have a load on it. Still got a 6 amps or so heading into the battery. We're running at 25% load, but we're balanced at 121 volts at 60 hertz. Working like it should be. All right, friends, that is how you can build a very cheap and very simple complete power system, from 12 volt solar panels to lithium batteries to your 120 volt inverter there. And you know, it's simple. It's not going to do everything. Obviously, we don't have enough watts coming in to maintain such a small battery. We need a lot more solar panels, a lot more batteries if you're going to use that full time. But honestly, a system like that could be built in minutes and deployed anywhere, especially in an emergency. So not a bad idea. Obviously, the title was a little clickbaity today, but I hope you enjoyed the video anyway. Doing more stuff. The shop is still powered by solar. We're working on expanding that here pretty soon. Hoping to do some lithium batteries in here. If you guys haven't seen the episode where I power this shop with used AGMs, a 6500 watt split phase inverter, and a nice little Renogy Rover charge controller. Go check out that episode. Had a lot of comments on that one. A lot of new subscribers off that video as well. Go check that out. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please do it and hit a like on this video. All that helps me. Even dropping a comment, even if you're mad at me for doing something, drop a comment down below. I will read every single one. I don't respond to every single one because I don't have enough time, because 60-hour weeks. This is my weekend. I have a few minutes to build something for you guys. So working on some more projects. Hopefully the 1,000 horsepower, $1,000 engine will be done soon. Don't know what I'm going to do with the $500 bay liner. That thing's a wreck. And the Winnebago's out there waiting for that engine. So hopefully in the next few weeks, few months, you know how it goes around here. Busy man. Harvest season's coming up soon too, so you got to keep that in mind. Thank all of you guys for watching. Thanks again to SimpliSafe. God bless each and every one of you guys, and I will see you in the next episode. Thank you guys so much. Plywood. One, two, 3. Hey friends, Dustin here. You're watching the live. Hey friends, Dustin here.